One of the favorites I have in our library, especially in our children's department, are our You Choose nonfiction books, especially Facing Tragedy on the Titanic. This book is basically where you start out reading as a character who is on the Titanic, and you get to choose at the end of each section of pages what you would do in that situation. There are 39 different choices that lead to 21 different endings. You could either choose to be a first-class citizen or a third-class citizen riding on the Titanic. Maybe you're someone who works on the Titanic. Are you going to get in a lifeboat or are you going to stay on the Titanic? All of these choices lead to different endings. Whether or not you survive the Titanic is your choice as the reader. The best part about these books is they also give the accurate historical view at the end of each book. So then young readers can learn the truth behind what each story is given. These are great books for readers who are into things like the I Survived series or who are wanting more historical knowledge but aren't quite ready for those heavy reads. So this gives them a little bit of a historical fiction view but still has the facts at the end. We have multiple You Choose ending books, so please stop and ask us here at the Children's Department for more recommendations if this is what you'd like to read.
Seraphina and the Black Cloak is a wonderfully spooky story where the house is a character in and of itself. If you're a reader that loves Goosebumps but is looking to change it up, this series is a great choice.
The Lost Library by Rebecca Stead is a great chapter book for readers who enjoy a little bit of mystery, cats, libraries, and of course, some ghosts. This book is told with each chapter alternating between Al, the ghost librarian, Mortimer, an orange cat who used to live at the library, and Evan, a young boy who is trying to solve the mystery of how the library burned down. We follow Mortimer, who was the guardian of the library and is now the guardian of the little free library, where Al puts out the library books that were saved before the actual library burned down. Evan is trying to discover how the original library burned down, and it's quite the mystery. This book keeps going with twists, turns, and all sorts of wonderful storylines. Trust me, once you pick it up, you won't be able to put it down. If you like anything involving cats, mysteries, and ghosts, this is the book for you.
Nibbles the Book Monster never fails to make me smile. This book is fun, unique, and interactive. Nibbles is eating his way through different stories throughout his own story to try to escape the book. It's so much fun.
In our juvenile easy graphic novel, Donut Feed the Squirrels by Micah Song, we meet our two squirrel friends who are attempting to get donuts from a food cart. We'll find that this is not as easy a task as they think it should be. Micah Song has some great easy graphic novels that are silly, full of food puns, and of course naughty squirrels who are just trying to get a bite to eat. These squirrels don't know how to get food without money, so of course they're going to have any and all adventures along the way.
The 13th Story Treehouse by Andy Griffiths is a fun, unique series that really gets your imagination going. Every story of the treehouse has a different adventure on it, and if you love it, it goes all the way up to the 169th story treehouse.
Alex Latimer's Don't Think of Tigers is one of my favorite children's books. You're allowed to dream up anything you want, just don't think of tigers. It's a lot harder than you would think it was, but in this book, everything is available for your imagination. Anything that isn't orange, with black stripes, that is. Alex Latimer also writes wonderful books like The Duck That Doesn't Blink. These books are wonderful for children's imagination because they are interactive and they give such vivid color to all of their pictures.
The Press Start series is a great introduction to early chapter books. Super Rabbit Boy is the main character, with you, the reader, controlling the game he is playing. It's a grand adventure all the way around, with lots of different characters to connect to and a long series for you to stick around for a while.
If you like the movie The Night at the Museum, you'll love the series Museum Kittens by Holly Webb. The first one, The Midnight Visitor, introduces us to the kittens, Peter, Tabby, and Tasha, who are, well, live-in kittens at the museum. They also have Bianca and Boris, but they don't always agree with the new kitten who comes in. These kittens deal with all sorts of mysteries and mishaps that happen at night when the museum is closed. Follow them throughout their various adventures, not only in The Midnight Visitor, but in The Mummy's Curse, The Sleepover Mystery, and The Treasure Map. These books fall in our juvenile intermediate readers, so beginner chapter books for those up-and-coming readers. Also, they have black and white photos, so you can still have a little bit of pictures as you're reading.
Shine a Light books have been a favorite of mine for many years. They make learning fun. Each nonfiction book asks a question about what is on the page, and you, the reader, use a flashlight to discover what it is. This one is Secrets of the Vegetable Garden, but there's something from everyone, from dinosaurs to airports to animals.
Meet Libby, the library reading app. With Libby, you can borrow free ebooks, digital audiobooks, and magazines from your library. All you need is a library card. When you open Libby for the first time, you'll search for your library. Then you can explore the collection and borrow titles or place holds instantly. On your shelf, you'll find all your loans, holds, and tags. By default, loans are automatically downloaded for offline use when you're on Wi-Fi. Your loans are returned automatically on their due dates, so you never need to worry about late fees. Tap Manage Loan to see more options about each title, like returning early. Tap a title to open it and start reading. If you belong to a library in the United States, you'll see the option to send most ebooks to Kindle or to start reading in Libby. Use the footer to search, visit your library, access your shelf, and see your timeline. You can also open your current read. In the Libby menu, you can see your notifications, add a library, get help, and more. Download Libby to start borrowing today. Happy reading!
Hilala, hilala, tabara. Hilala, hilala, tabara. Tabara, così tabara, così tabara, così così
Hi, y'all. Join us on Saturday, June 21st from 10 to noon in the community room to celebrate the 30th year of Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. We're going to have Dollyoke, story time, and a children's dress-up contest. Also, there's cake. Hope to see you there.